Of course, Wargas here for Power Slap number 9 in Abu Dhabi. Dana White, thank you for joining me. How great is it to be here over in the Middle East for Power Slap, less than 2 years into this thing?
Yeah, it's awesome. You know, we got a lot of work done in a short amount of time, and you know, Abu Dhabi, Saudi Arabia deal's done, and we are opening up all these states in the United States too. So this is like our first out of Las Vegas, you know, event, but there's going to be a lot more coming in 25.
I mean, talk to us about how passionate they are here, you know, in Abu Dhabi about Power Slap and why they wanted it to be part of, you know, what they're doing here with the tourism and everything.
Well, as you travel around the world, I mean, South Africa, Australia, which we were just talking about, Poland, Russia, Brazil. This is the most successful thing I have been a part of in such a short amount of time. If you look at in 18 months, 20 million followers on. I mean, I'm sure Frank's walked you through some of these numbers. Absolutely. The numbers are unfucking believable for Power Slap, and this thing has been a blast for me. I love it. I show you. I walk around all day at the office too. My Power Slap cups and. Building the UFC, you know, from 2001 to today has been, you know, one of the greatest joys in my life. And now Power Slap's given me that same feeling, you know, because everybody's against it and everybody's negative on it. So this is the type of stuff that I love. So this has been really fun for me.
Absolutely. I'm not sure if you're aware or not, but the Minister of Sport from South Africa is here to support Danny Van Heerden, who's going to be fighting on the card. What does it mean to have someone of that stature be here and potentially try to get Power Slap and or the UFC into South Africa?
Yeah, no, it's huge. I love that he's here, and I appreciate the fact that he came. There's more than just him. There's representatives from Saudi here and other parts of the world tonight to check out this event. So yeah, it's exciting.
Awesome. Actually, in speaking to Frank, he let us know that there's 7 events confirmed for 2025. 4 in Las Vegas as part of the UFC, 1 with each quarter. We've got Saudi, Abu Dhabi. Can you share any information about that 7th event?
We're working on it right now. And honestly, there might be more than 7 next year. So this is all a work in progress right now. Like I said, this thing is growing so fast. We'll have a lot more announcements for you probably by the end of the year.
Awesome. On one of the live Rumble, you were on there and you talked about Miami and the Fontaine Bleau being a possibility. How exciting would it be to get to Florida?
It's going to happen. Yeah, that's going to happen too. You know, I'm sure Frank told you we did a deal with Fontainebleau, and not just for Vegas, but for Miami also. So we will be bouncing back and forth. I would have to say, Miami would probably be one of our second out-of-town events, but we're really focused on Hawaii right now too. We want to do a Power Slap event in Hawaii.
Amazing. I mean, you have superstars in both. Obviously, we have Damien DeBell, the heavyweight champion in Florida. You have Paige Van Zandt. You have Austin Turpin. And then Hawaii, of course, the whole roster of 7 or 8, you know, athletes there from Hawaii. So definitely both markets would be phenomenal. Hopefully we get it in 2027. I know another topic that you're incredibly excited about is gambling and the betting aspect. Talk to me about why Power Slap is so perfect for gambling and betting, and at Fontainebleau having live betting in arena, and how exciting that is.
Yeah, we're working on a huge betting deal right now. First of all, the fights are fast, they're fun, and you know, really easy to bet on too. Yeah, hopefully in 25, the beginning of 25, we have this big announcement on the gaming side of it too.
Awesome. I mean, early on, we've seen there was prop bets for Power Slap. We've seen those disappear. Do you think we're going to get those back anytime soon?
I mean, literally every casino in Las Vegas has the odds on Power Slap. We put out the line today, all the MGM properties, basically the whole strip and downtown, you can bet on Power Slap. Prop bets, yes, we're working on, like I said, the gaming deal that we're working on right now, hopefully the beginning of 25, really, really fun stuff for betting on Power Slap.
Amazing. I mean, within the strikers, the coin toss is a big thing that they don't get to see it. It's not recorded. Could that be something that we ever get to be public and or potentially bet on?
Yeah. how bad do you want it? If the people want to see it bad enough, we'll make it happen.
All right, well, here at Slap News, we'll make a campaign going. We'll get a petition for you. How's that? we'll petition to get the coin toss made public and advertised. That'd be phenomenal, honestly. Early on, you talked about road to the title, potentially coming to Abu Dhabi. Is that still in the works of doing a season of that here?
Yeah, we'll either do it here or in Saudi, but yes.
Amazing. How far off do you think we are to seeing either women in road to the title or potentially all women? I mean, you've got some great potential coaches now coming into the rank that could make some really great storylines. Paige Van Zandt, we have Sheena, we have Jackie Cataline as well. Could that happen in the near future?
I could not agree with you more, and the answer is yes. Absolutely.
Amazing. You talked a little bit about, or even earlier, about the rankings may not being correct. Do you think or not being correct in UFC based off the way current format? I believe I heard you in an interview talk about the use of AI potentially for the rankings. Could it ever be adopted into Power Slap to determine if a strike is legal or not that needs human review, using AI specifically?
I don't think you need AI. I mean, you have the athletic commissions that can sit there and watch the replay. I don't think you need AI as far as that's concerned, but I'll also have an announcement on the rankings here very soon too. We've been working on that, yeah, we'll have that all buttoned up by the end of the year too. We got a lot of shit coming at the end of the year.
Awesome. I know you had record breaking for your mobile game. Broke many records across the board for download plays, hours, everything. Why do you think this sport is just so viral right now, and everything you guys do seem to turn to gold? Every week you've got new sponsors joining, signing up. You've got cologne deals. You've got across the board. It's just things that wouldn't be traditional in this space are now becoming mainstream week after week.
You're so right, and it's fascinating actually, and. In 2017 or 18, I've said this a million times, I looked at it online, and I am so numb to lots of combat sports that I've been doing it for so long. When I first started seeing the slap stuff, I not only was I into it, and I saw the numbers that it was pulling, and it was a crappy product at the time, I was interested in watching to see who won the matches. So I was like, every time I get that feeling, I'm like, what would happen if I did this and did it the right way? And here we are today. This thing is so unbelievably successful in such a short amount of time. And you'll have the naysayers about it, and there are going to be people that don't like it and whatever. What's fascinating about it is subscribers, that people are actually going in and following and subscribing. It's not just the fact that it goes viral because it's a knockout or it's a slap or whatever. People are actually subscribing. You got to have Frank walk you through the fucking numbers of, like, in the beginning of September, it was like a 3-week period, and this was just based off the reality show. There was no content because we hadn't had an event since the last Fontaine event. We did like 1.1 million subscribers on Facebook in like 3 weeks. So people are actually going in and clicking and subscribing on every single platform. Then we had the one slap that went viral on 4 different platforms and ended up doing like 1.1 or 1.4 billion views or something like that. This content is incredibly powerful.
I'm not sure how accurate this data is. Maybe you can verify it for me. But looking at Road to the Title Season 3, the numbers are actually outdoing Tough from earlier this year. Is that true?
Yeah, it beat Tough. It's been beating Tough every season.
So what do you think that contributes that to? Because you talk about the naysayers, like they're showing up to watch.
How about this? I can't remember which slap it was, but arguably the greatest knockout in UFC history, especially recently, was Max Holloway and Gaethje, right? When you look at the slap event that was at the same time, I can't remember what the clip was, but I want to say the Max Holloway Gaethje thing was at like 40 million, and then the slap event that had happened that time, I mean, it outperformed it by like 10x.
I think it was Dumpling. Was it not Dumpling versus Camille?
I don't know. I can't remember exactly which one it was. You'd have to ask Frank. But yeah, it's just, this content is just fucking destroying it. It's incredible.
Yeah, I mean, this headlining match taking the American hero into Crazy Hawaiian, going up against Dumpling, who is the biggest international superstar. Regardless of where you are outside of the United States, the biggest slap fighter in the world is Dumpling.
No doubt about it.
Talk about this headline match and what it could mean for this sport going forward.
Yeah, Dumpling is the guy that got me into it. He was the guy that I first started watching and looking at his numbers. And this is a massive fight between these two. And obviously, if Dumpling wins tonight, it's massive. If the Crazy Hawaiian wins, it's massive. You know, my goal is to bring one of these events to Hawaii ASAP.
There's one other slap fighter that has beaten both these guys, currently not in power slap, by Zales. Any chance we could ever see him in power slap?
Yeah, I mean, anybody out there that is slapping will end up in power slap. The answer is yes.
Amazing. Can you give us any update? I know the Rumble deal is up and things are in the works. Obviously, you're looking for worldwide distribution for this thing. Can you give us any update on that?
We are literally talking to everybody. Every network that you can think of and every streaming platform that you can think of. And we're trying to figure out exactly, at the end of the day, what we really want are as many eyeballs as possible. So we think we have a pretty good plan and a pretty good strategy right now. And again, we'll have answers to that by the end of 25.
Amazing. Do you think this next deal, will it be a pay-per-view model, or do you think we still need to be in the free model for slap?
Yeah, no, it won't be a pay-per-view model. And I don't know if it'll be free either. Some will and some won't. We're literally figuring out how to have full global distribution in literally every country in the world. That's what we're working on for this next deal.
Amazing. I mean, your roster now is ballooning up to approximately 250 strikers. Could we see, a fight night style event for slap or anything else to try to get more of these athletes, competing? I know we've got, 3 events lined up. We've got tonight, we've got Vegas for Power Slap number 10 coming early December, and then we've got Saudi Arabia in January 30th. But to be able to keep these fighters more active, I mean, your roster's ballooning up. We've got a ton of great storylines that can happen. Could we see other formats to get more events taking place, or will they just be numbered cards throughout?
Well, think about this. In 18 months, right, we have more sponsors than the UFC had in 10 years. More athletes under contract than the UFC had. I mean, when we first started the UFC, we were doing 5 events a year, right? More distribution than the UFC. I mean, you can check off, the video game and the success of it in such a short amount of time. The list goes on and on and on. So just imagine where this thing's going to be in 3 years.
Absolutely. Can you do me a favor? Shout out the followers of Slap News, and if you can, give them some words of encouragement.
Shout out to the followers. Yeah. Well, let me shout out to you. Actually, we were talking about this. I don't know where Eric is, but me and Eric were talking about Slap News does a great job. You guys literally love your content. You guys do a great job, and we're going to figure out how to work together more over the next year here to really compliment what you guys do. We love the job that you do, and we appreciate the support.
Amazing. I appreciate that, Dana.
Yeah,
Thank you very
likewise.
much. Thank you. Appreciate it.